Hey everybody, it is Lady Empress, and today we're making white rice in the pressure cooker, the Instapot. We're gonna make white long grain rice to go for some hibachi. The hibachi grill, we're gonna do some rice with some shrimp and some chicken with it, but I'm making the rice up now so that it can go in the refrigerator. What you will need is any kind of plain long grain white rice, your Instapot, some chicken bouillon cubes. I'm using 3 cups of the white rice, and we also will need another measuring cup to measure out the water that you're going to put in here. I like to use 1 1/4 ratio to 1 cup of rice. So that is what we're going with here. So 3 cups of rice, I will need 3.75 cups of water to go in here. And I'm gonna put my bouillon cubes inside. So let's get started. Hey everyone, welcome back to my kitchen. Today I will be showing you how to make the perfect long grain white rice in the pressure cooker, the Instapot Duo, that is. This rice will be cooling in the fridge tonight because tomorrow I'm using it for homemade hibachi dinner with chicken and shrimp. Stick around because I'll show you how I prep the shrimp, the bamboo utensils I love, and how I keep my Instapot sparkling clean with reusable cloths. Let's get started. So here I'm just undoing some chicken bouillon cubes to add to my water to add a little flavor for the rice. First, I measured my rice using my 4-cup Pyrex measuring cups. Today I'm using the 4-cup size and the 2-cup size. Then I'll dissolve 4 chicken bouillon cubes into the water before pouring it over my rice. This gives the rice such a delicious flavor. It's fluffy, savory, and perfect for hibachi. Now, I pour my rice in first from the 4-cup Pyrex measuring dish. And I just want to show you how the inside looked because I had already washed and cleaned it with some special cloths that you're going to see at the end. So I place everything inside of the Instapot, starting with the rice. And with your long grain white rice, you don't have to worry about rinsing. The kids always talk about me because I say wrenching, but rinsing the rice off. If you were using something like basmati, then you would have to make sure that you rinse it. I place everything in the Instapot and then I secure the lid. Here you see me measuring out the additional water that I need to add because remember I use a 1.25 cup ratio. All right. And these are my bamboo utensils that I love. I told you that I was going to show you. You'll notice that the regulator, once you close everything up, will pop up once the pressure has been reached. That's how you know it's time to start the countdown. So here I'm just using my bamboo utensils that I got from over on my Amazon store to just kind of move the rice around to even it out along the bottom of the pan. And then I want to make sure that I mix the bouillon cubes in because you don't want like big clumps sitting when you finish. Even if you do have some that clump up, when you finish and you get ready to fluff it up, it'll be just fine. Now we're going to be waiting. Once you started on pressure cook, your long grain white rice you want to put for 9 minutes. 9 minutes to cook 3 cups of rice. And you see how the timer switched over. Now we're just going to wait for the little regulator to pop up. During this time, you won't see the time on the Instapot, and that is because the pressure is building on the inside. You will begin to see some steam coming out of where you can change the valve from seal to vent, you want to make sure that valve is on seal. And I'm going to show you here in a few. But you will see steam releasing from there. And that's okay. It's just as if you were using a pressure canner to can like some green beans or what have you. And see, now I'm coming over to show you how to make sure that you change that valve over to seal. And you see that little red regulator? That's what we're waiting to pop up. But you're going to turn that to seal. Once you do that, that allows that pressure to really start building up. As the pressure builds, you will see steam releasing out the top, just as if you were using a pressure canner to can some green beans, or, you know, using a pressure canner on the eye on the gas stove. You will see steam come out, and that steam usually releases for about 10 minutes before the pressure reaches its maximum. When the pressure reaches its maximum here, you will see that red regulator pop up. The rice will cook on high pressure for 9 minutes, and then we'll let it rest for 12 minutes before releasing the steam. That whole time is so important. It allows the rice to finish perfectly without being mushy or undone. While the pressure builds, I'm using that bamboo utensil set from Amazon. They're gentle on the Instapot and they look so nice in the kitchen. So when you get a chance, stop by the Amazon store and grab you a 6-piece bamboo kitchen utensil set. Now, it's important that I mention, I know you all are looking at that rice button right above the multi-grain and the porridge button. Yes, there's an automatic button on the Instapot to make rice. However, it doesn't come out to my liking. I like a rice, especially if it's used for hibachi, to have a little bit of chew to it, and stickiness. Now, you can see that steam coming up at the top. I'm going to come around to the side because I want you to be able to clearly see how that steam comes out as that pressure is building. And once the pressure is reached inside of the canister, that little burgundy reddish color little bead that's next to where you see the steam coming out will pop up, and you're going to be able to hear it. So I'm going to stop talking now so that you can listen. And there you heard it. Now that red button has popped up. You see the timer has switched over to 9 minutes. Now the rice on the inside is actually going to cook for the 9 minutes, and it's going to count down backwards, and we're going to wait for the lower, it'll say L00:00 on the screen. When that comes up, I'll let you know what we'll be waiting for next. Now you can see on the screen we're down to 1 minute on cook time for the rice inside of the Instapot. Once the rice is done, I'll transfer it to my square 4x4 glass dish to cool down. This helps it set up for tomorrow's hibachi dinner. Now, while the rice is cooling, I'm going to go ahead and prep some shrimp. And it's just a quick little method that you'll see me doing with the fork that Mr. Hicks showed me for a quicker way to devein these shrimp. Now, I was just showing you the L0:00. We want that to get to 12 for the complete cooling of the rice before you vent it. This is what you want to see your Instapot come to. LO 10 minutes, okay? And then if this is not down, you just want to turn this over to venting to let all that steam off. And then we're going to come back with our woodland spoon after all the steam is off. And you see it takes about maybe roughly 2 minutes to make sure all the steam is off. You can hear a little bit still going. Okay, and now you just heard that click. That was the red dowel dropping down. Once that has dropped down, once the red dowel has dropped down, then you could go ahead and open. Always remember to open the lid away from you, never towards you, away from you, and let that water drain out. And there's a nifty little holder that this one comes with. See that? You just stick that in there. And now you can go into your rice. And you can see the bouillon there. And you're just gonna fluff it. Nice sticky rice. And you can see it doesn't stick on the bottom. And we're going to turn this off because we don't want it to continue cooking because it will go to keep warm. So you want to make sure that you turn that off. Turn it off. And now we're going to get our rice into a container. So as I stated before, once the rice is done, I'll transfer it to my square 4x4 glass dish to cool down. This helps it set up for tomorrow's hibachi dinner so that it goes in the refrigerator after it cools down in this glass dish, because you don't want to put a glass dish with something hot in there directly into the refrigerator because it'll crack and break. You also run the risk of cracking the shelving that you put your glass Pyrex dish on top of if it's already warm with food inside of it. Here you have it. Nice sticky rice, still smoking. And we're going to take it and we're going to put it in the refrigerator, because for hibachi you want your rice to be cold. Nice fluffy rice. Let's give it a taste. Y'all, this is so good. I could just eat this rice just like this, but I need it for the rest of my family for the hibachi grill. So I hope you enjoyed this recipe with making sticky white long grain rice in the Instant Pot. Perfect for hibachi. I'm gonna cover this and we're gonna go into the refrigerator with it. Now, while the rice cools, let's clean the Instant Pot and get back to those shrimp. I use my non-scratch mesh reusable cloths from Temu to gently wipe away the rice marks on the bottom of the pot. No scrubbing, no damage, just easy clean. Then I dry it with my microfiber non-scratch cloth, also from Temu, to give it that fresh shine. This way, the Instant Pot is ready to go for the next meal, and I don't have to worry about stuck on rice or scratches. I really do like these little scrubbing pads because I found them first on TikTok, and then I saw that across on Temu they were even cheaper and you can get more. You can get up to 100 pieces at one time, I think for as little as $3. So they're a good deal, and you see how sparkling clean it made that pot. You don't see any rice marks at the bottom. So make sure you look into Temu. I'll put the link in the description box for you. Also, for the microfiber drying cloths, I'll put that link for you to click on as well. And that's it. Perfectly cooked white long grain rice, cooling in the fridge and ready for tomorrow's hibachi night with chicken and shrimp that Mr. Hicks gonna be on that grill cooking up for us. I hope this video gave you some helpful tips, whether it's cooking rice in the pressure cooker, prepping shrimp, or even keeping your kitchen tools in great condition. You see that little knob I pulled? Sometimes you can just, depending on what you cook, take that knob off and give that a rinse and a wipe down inside of that lid. It acts as like a little filter, okay? But I hope you got some helpful tips, whether it's cooking rice in the pressure cooker, prepping shrimp, or even keeping your kitchen tools in great condition. Don't forget to check the links below for the bamboo utensils, the Pyrex measuring cups, and those Temu cloths that keep my Instant Pot spotless. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, and let me know in the comments if you'll try this pressure cooker rice method at home. I'll see you in the next video. You see now at the end, I'm showing you how to use that fork, that little trick that Mr. Hicks showed me, pulling the shell off of the shrimp, because this video wasn't about cooking the shrimp. It was about cooking the rice in the Instant Pot Duo pressure cooker. So if you're interested in knowing how we do this shrimp on the hibachi grill, leave me a comment. I'll add that video up for you too. Again, thank you for watching our video, and I hope you have a wonderful evening. And thank you for tuning in. Please remember to hit the like button and subscribe, and share this video with someone that you know that has trouble with making rice and wants to make the perfect rice in the rice cooker or the Instapot under pressure. 9 minutes for 9 people, can't beat that. We're all done with the rice. Now we're gonna go and chop up our vegetables. Catch you in the next video. Bye.